It was an early autumn morning, the kind where the clouds drifted like slow-moving thoughts across the mountaintops, and the world still wore a blanket of mist too shy to lift. The air was still. The birds hadn't yet begun their songs. Silence had weight, and then from that silence, a young man appeared at the monastery gate. He looked no older than 25. Worn jacket, travel-stained. A heavy backpack clung to his shoulders. Earbuds hung loose from his collar like memories of sound. And in his hand, a glowing phone, still pulsing with the world he came from. He glanced around, then looked at me and asked, "Is there Wi-Fi here?" I let a small smile form and said, "No Wi-Fi, but there's connection." He laughed, lightly, trying to hide his confusion. And that was how the unraveling began. He told me he had what most would call a good life. A remote job in digital marketing. Clients from everywhere. Steady income. Solid reputation. Deadlines met. Emails answered. His calendar always full, and his heart always slightly empty. Then his voice shifted. Lower now. More honest. Like someone who'd practiced strength for too long. Lately, I feel like I'm stuck pressing F5 on life. Refreshing a page that never loads. I didn't try to fix it. Didn't offer advice. Didn't say you should try meditation or take a break. Instead, I simply turned and walked. And he followed. We made our way down a quiet path. One that had no GPS coordinates. Just trees. And the sound of leaves whispering above us. Eventually, we arrived at an old tree. Massive. Timeless. Its roots twisted like veins of memory into the earth. I pointed to its base and said, "Come here every morning. Sit for 1 hour. No phone. No book. No music. No distractions. Just sit." He looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "Just sit. Just sit." He exhaled, sharp and uncertain. "I think I'll go insane." "Good," I said, and smiled. Day 1. He fidgeted constantly, plucked blades of grass, checked empty pockets. His eyes darted like a browser with too many tabs open. He later told me time felt like it had teeth, biting into each second. Day 2. He heard things. Buzzes that didn't happen. Pings from apps long muted. The ghost of urgency still haunted his nerves. A phantom limb of digital life. Day 3. He broke the silence to ask, "Can I bring a book tomorrow?" Just one. I looked at him and gently said, "You've been carrying other people's voices for years. Now it's time to hear your own." Day 4. He arrived without speaking. Just nodded, sat down, and for the first time, stayed still. Then came day 5. Something was different. He didn't rush down the trail. He walked as if each step had weight, but also freedom. He looked up, not down. He sat beneath the old tree and looked over at me. His voice was quiet, but this time, not from exhaustion, from realization. It's weird. My mind isn't quieter. But now, there's space. It's like, for the first time, I can actually hear what I've been thinking all along. He paused, then smiled. Not the smile of someone taking a selfie. Not a curated, filtered grin. But the kind of smile that isn't for anyone else. Just for him. And then he said the words that stayed with me. "This tree has no Wi-Fi, but it gives me a better signal to connect with myself." He stood up, didn't check his phone, didn't reach for the earbuds. He just walked away, not like someone escaping something, but like someone returning to something they forgot they'd lost. And you see, that's the thing most of us don't realize until we're running on empty. Sometimes, it's not about adding more, not more followers, not more tabs, not more noise, but about subtracting, stripping away the layers, the distractions, the constant updates, until what's left is you. Stillness isn't silence. Stillness is where your truest voice speaks. Not louder, but clearer. It's where the ache you've ignored finally rises, where the questions you've buried come to surface, where the truth you've delayed finally arrives. This is BraveSpark channel. Thank you for listening. And if you can, turn off the noise, mute the world, and just give yourself 1 real minute. Not to achieve, not to scroll, not to impress, but just to be fully, wildly, and unapologetically yourself.